Hello everybody, and welcome back. Last time we explored the downstream area of Mount Tudor. We got 2 new timpets, and we also learned more about the identity of the ghost of Odormash. This time we're going to explore the Mount Tudor cave and hopefully get to Yanagi before Koji does. But before that, so this is a new area, and we have one new Medabot, but aside from that, a few previous Medabots that were not random are now random. Magdosnake, Golem and Haniwa can be fought here, and in fact I did just that, because previously I mentioned how getting a bunch of Golem parts would really come in handy for a boss fight coming up, so I did just that, and I got 3 parts. I highly recommend this for both versions, but it is more useful in the Metabee one. Anyways, let's get to exploring the cave. And look at that, there we have Sloan. Alright, so we've already done this fight, so I'll see you guys in a moment. And welcome back. Alright, so before we get to Sloan, we have a chest here. And we got the left arm Metapart battle rifle. So this is actually one of Crowster Dog's parts. And it is more important than you think. Again with the priest or hermit. I'll see you guys in a moment. And welcome back. Anyways, let's talk to Sloan here. Oh, if it isn't Sloan, are the others with you? None shall pass. Well, I'm shocked. No laundry lines. Or, never mind. Alright, so this fight. It's Totalizer again, and now it has a fire flash. And I already went over that previously, so I think I'll just going to, I guess, give tactics, and then I'll just speed up the battle, because otherwise this might be rather long. Not really much to say, I guess. I mean, maybe use the Mana Force with Metabee to take out Fire Flash, because it has high evasion. As for the other ones, well, do whatever you can. If you happen to have any anti-C, then this fight is much easier, but even then it's not that big of a challenge. So yeah, I guess that's it. With Rokusho, just Scout and maybe People Hammer or Spiral Bolt. And again, if you have the Kappa Metal, it can be a much easier fight. And welcome back, and let's see if we got something new. Alright, Tyranno Laser, that's fine. I'm going to block the path with a rock. Alright, so before we do anything else, I just want to quickly switch up a few things. No, actually no, this one. There we go, and I think we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. And we hear a loud thud in the distance, and there we have the rock. The path is blocked. This has got to be Sloan's doing. I'm too weak to move this myself. But if I use my Medabot, I just need a good aim shot with the left arm Metabart battle rifle. How convenient. Do I have any Medabots equipped with the battle rifle? Okay, this one will do it. Do it! Alright, good job, come back. And yet another thought. So how exactly did Sloan move all these rocks? Did he also use his Medabots? That rock looks like it's gonna fall on top of my head. I should break it with anti-air weapons. Do I have any Medabots equipped with the head part Psycho Missile? Okay, this one will do it. Alright, good job. Come back. And here we have the Robber member that actually has Magdosnake, Golem and Haniwa. So I guess I'll do this. I'll just show the fight. I'll speed it up. I'm not going to overall skip it unless we actually find him again. And welcome back. And we got arm flash, that's fine. And a rubber medal. If I destroy the rock here, the debris that may result could block off the path. I should compress the rock with a gravity attack from the right arm Metapart Heavyweighter. And yes, we do. Do it! Alright, good job. Okay, and look at that. Again, we have Sloan. There's no treasure above here, but I won't let you pass. And again we fight Sloan. I don't know why. This game has an odd tendency of sometimes making you fight enemies that should be considered either mini-bosses or bosses almost immediately after the first fight. But yeah. Alright, so I already showed the fight, even if sped up, so I'm just going to skip this and I'll see you guys in a moment. And welcome back. And we got water gun. That's fine, I guess. I gotta go home and do laundry. There we have it. Alright, so before we go for that chest, I was going to say, I guess we'll fight the Hermit again. I'll see you guys in a moment. Welcome back. Alright, so before we go for that chest, here. These Metaparts are broken, but if I can fix them, they're usable. Let's take them to the Metabot Research Center. And we got 1 broken parts. Alright, now let's go for the chest. And we got 10 bucks, nice. Again with the Hermit. I'll see you guys in a moment. And welcome back. And there we have Spike. What's that sound? Well, if it isn't Spike, what are you doing here? I'm tweaking my Metabot to keep out invaders like you from coming here. Man, what's wrong with you? You're dressed like a girl. I didn't know you were into that. You're wrong, this is Erica would love to get her hands on this piece of news. I said you were wrong. Oh, you wanna fight? Okay, and here we have a fight with Spike. And he actually has a new Metabot. So I'll just go over the new Metabot and then I'll just let the battle play out, but I will be speeding it up. So I guess we'll go tactics first. So the new Metabot isn't really that much dangerous. I would say that the tactic remains the same if you want either charge the Mana Force or just spam Missile with Metabee until you run out, and then simply scout and People Hammer with Rokusho. As for the new Metabot, Manta Prey. So this is a purely close range Metabot. It has a few decent Metaparts, but keep in mind that it is extremely frail, more frail even than Rokusho in some senses. It only has 15 armor for both the head and legs, meaning that a decently strong berserk attack or a strong missile attack will destroy at the very least 2 parts. If I were to recommend... oh, also, it is multi-legged, meaning that it is quite fast in this kind of terrain. I guess if I were to recommend any part, it would be Kubikiri, because it has 33 power and chain damage. Aside from that, not much else to add, so I'll just let the battle play out, and I'll see you guys in a moment. And welcome back. And we got Cyan Dog's parts, that's fine. There's gonna be trouble if the boss finds out about this. For now, retreat. I'll be back after I tweak again. I expect Samantha to be up this way. Can't lose my spirit now. You would think that, wouldn't you? That Samantha will be up next. Alright, I'll see you guys in a moment. And welcome back. Alright. And look at that, there she is. Samantha, I've already beaten all of your lackeys. Now you're alone. Still wanna fight? Oh, is that so? What do you mean, is that so? I don't care anymore. I'm tired of all of this. I had to walk in the mountains and got sunburned. There's no benefit to staying in a place like this. Okay. What did they come here for? Who cares? Let's keep moving. So yeah, I don't know why. You fight Sloane 2 times. You fight Spike once. You don't fight Samantha. And I don't know why they chose that. Then again, sunburn really does suck. Speaking of sucking, we have another hermit. I'll see you guys in a moment. And welcome back. And we got another set of broken parts. Alright, we're almost done here. Alright. You may want to save before you take any further steps. And in fact, I actually want to switch up my Medabots a bit. There we go. Let's get the hand shatter there. We should have the arm shatter. And then, just to be on the safe side, another hand shatter. There we go. Alright, so we should be ready. And here we go. Dum diddy dum. Congratulations, you're the 100th person. Look how scary the ghost is. Leave your Medabots. You're the Medabot behind the whole panic about the ghost. This is bad. This Medabot looks really worn down. How dare you say that about my style? You know, at this rate, your body won't be able to move soon. Come on back with me to Kanye's place. I'm not going back. They told me if I get 100 meta parts, Natsuko will come back. They? Now I see. The ghost was a Medabot the whole time. That's what I guessed. Give back all the Medabots that you took from everyone. Let's do it. Raw battle time. Wait, Koji. Don't get in my way, Iggy. Fine, you'll be my opponent. What the heck are you wearing? Stop laughing. There's a reason for... It looks great on you. I said not to laugh. Alright, and with a flimsy pretense, we have now a fight with Koji. This is not the big boss fight that I was referring to, by the way. Alright, so, we already went over Sumilodon and War Bandit, so let's go over the second Medabot. Also, the second Medabot is the same regardless of which version you're playing. So, Rock Flower. It is a purely support Medabot. It has the boost charge ability in its head as well as both arms. And it is a flow type Medabot, meaning that it moves at a decent speed. So yeah, boost charge can be rather annoying in fact. Though, if you have access to a specific kind of trap, which we could have obtained in other arcade, it actually makes the fight easier, believe it or not, because it will boost the movement for Sumilodon, and if we set up a grapple trap, it will end up destroying itself much faster. But well, unfortunately, we don't have grapple traps right now. So yeah, not much else to say about Rock Flower. I mean, I guess if I were to recommend any part, it would be either the head or the legs. And also, since I already showed the battle with Sumilodon, so I'm just going to... The tactic pretty much remains the same. You may want to use the Metaforce with Metabee, that way to avoid any damage from shot traps. And with Rokusho, well, War Bandit isn't really that dangerous, so you may want to just simply either Spiral Board Spiral Bolt or Scout and then Pivot Hammer. So I'll just select the actions and then I'll let the battle play out, but I will be speeding it up. So I will be seeing you guys in a moment. Welcome back. And we got Flexor Sword. That's quite nice actually. You're not bad. You're pretty good too. Will you both just shut up? Robo. It's the Robos. You guys deceived Yanagi to use him. Huh? What? What's wrong with me making something useful? I have something almost scrapped. I absolutely despise children. Drive them away. I don't know what's going on, but I'll take you all on. In other words, it's row battle time. Ho ho ho, I'll teach you a lesson, kid. Alright, so here we have Squid Guts. And this is actually the big fight that I was talking about for both the Metabee and Rokusho versions. So, did you follow my advice about getting a Golem part for all Medabots for this fight? Because if you did, congratulations, you already won the fight. Okay, but first let's go over the enemies themselves. So the enemy here, Dash Button, is actually a Medabot that is exclusive to the Metabee version. So for the head part, it has full block, the same ability that we saw with Neutroners. And then both arms have the defend function. Aside from that, it is a tank and has very high armor values all around, so it can be rather annoying to fight. Moving on to the other enemy, we have Giggly Jelly. Also, Giggly Jelly is not exclusive to the Metabee version. This is a Medabot that you can find in both versions. It has the missile ability in the head as well as both arms. So this is why the Golem part is so invaluable, because otherwise you would be receiving a hail of missiles throughout the entire fight, and as I mentioned before, you cannot avoid missile attacks, you can only intercept them or block them, or in this case, negate them with Golem. Aside from that, it is also a tank, so it has a fairly annoying armor value in the legs. So yeah, I'll go over this fight as soon as we're done here for the Rokusho version, because the enemy actually has different Medabots. Aside from that, that's it really, so even with the Golem parts, this fight can be rather long, so I will be speeding it up, but I will be leaving the boss battle theme, because all of the Robo executives, if we can call them that, have a unique battle theme, which is my favorite in the entire game. So I'll just let you listen to that, and I'll see you guys in a moment. Welcome back. And we got the parts for Giggly Jelly, that's fine. We will actually be able to fight Giggly Jelly as a random enemy soon enough actually. And we got a Robo medal. And we got the head meta part switching and Burly. So every time you defeat a Robo executive, you will get 2 of the parts for its main Medabot, aside from the one that you actually may win from the battle. And we got a spider medal. So we'll go into more detail about the medal in a moment. You insolent kid! Robo retreat! Yanagi, are you okay? What the? Setting the table with finery. Let us stop picking at our food. Burning like the hottest spice-roni. From out of the darkness comes a mystery metafighter, the Phantom Renegade. Are you the Phantom Renegade? You already met him. Wahahaha! The Phantom Renegade appears from nowhere. I will be taking this Metabot. What? But that Metabot is... There is no cause for worry. I will bring Yanagi to the person who knows the most about Metabots. He will be as good as new. Boy, believe in what I tell you. Who can believe something like that? The person who knows the most about Metabots? I understand, Phantom Renegade. I trust what you're saying. You're gonna trust this guy? Then farewell. Ah, wait! That made absolutely no sense. Alright, so before we go into that... Really? Okay, I'll see you guys in a moment. Alright, welcome back. Alright, so before we go into that room right there, let's go over the new medal, the Spider Medal. So, it has affinity for the formation skill, which pretty much includes traps. It will aim for interrupt parts and it has a compatibility of +7. As for attributes, it has high values in defend, mid values in shoot and aim shot, and then 0 in everything else. On to the meta forces. First off, we have anti-attack trap. It requires 60 out of 80 meta force and it is of the defend attribute. And I think I already talked about this before. It will deploy a trap that deals damage anytime the opponent attacks, so an amazing meta force. Up next we have cancel formation. It will only affect the user. It requires 30 out of 80 meta force and it grants the user immunity to formation attacks, that is traps and team attacks, which we haven't seen yet. And then finally we have Side Bolt. It will attack all enemies. It requires 60 out of 80 meta force. It is of the strike attribute and it will deal equal damage to a single part of all enemies. So yeah, this is actually the one medal that I was waiting for, and I will be building a Metabot around it. But for now, let's actually switch over to the Rokusho version, because Squid Guts is a completely different opponent there. So I will see you guys there. Alright, welcome back. So I'm not going to show the Koji fight because, as I mentioned, it's just War Bandit and a Rock Flower. But right here, this is where things can get really annoying. Also, for this fight, I actually recommend that you don't place Rokusho as the leader. In this case, I'm going to have Fire Flash as the leader, and then Rokusho can be in whatever position. It doesn't really matter all that much. Alright, so in this case, we have two of the same Metabots. And the Metabot in question is Abby King. So, the head part, Missile, already dangerous, and then both arms, they have a new type of ability. The skill is called Destroy, and the ability itself is called Sacrifice. It sacrifices a part to inflict great damage. As you can see, it has 42 chain reaction damage in burst, and then 63 in profense. So, even though you lose a part, the damage that is dealt is insane, as you'll be seeing, and it is also a C Metabot. This is where having a Kappa medal with a appropriate anti-C part can really save you. So tactics here. Rokusho and my second Metabot are going to pretty much die instantly as soon as I get hit by Sacrifice. So hopefully I can get a Scout out with Rokusho. Aside from that, they'll deal any damage that they can. And also keep in mind that Abby King has a decent evasion value, so it can very much evade any attacks outside for anti-C attacks. So I'm not going to speed this fight up because win or lose, it's not that long of a fight actually. So yeah, let's use Scout with Rokusho and hopefully we can win. Another thing that you could have done to make this a bit easier, which I didn't, is to get some Kappa Lord parts, because you can equip those into male Metabots. But hopefully we'll manage with simply Fire Flash. Yeah, unfortunately the legs have such high armor that they eat up most of the attack, so that can be rather annoying. What do we have? Sacrifice, okay. Here you'll see why it's such an annoying ability to fight against. Okay, so one arm, that's to be expected. The legs also. And half of the head, in a simple attack. Hopefully we can get one more scout before Rokusho is destroyed. Ooh, that would be nice. If we can actually take out the main Abbey King, that would be actually quite nice. Come on, Fire Flash. The head. Yes, perfect. Needless to say, without an anti-C Medabot, this fight is absolutely annoying, and it will pretty much be your first real game over. But we won. And nice. So as I mentioned before, every time you defeat a Rubber Robo executive, you get 2 parts. And Profense here is not one of those, meaning that we almost have a full set for Abbey King here. The Kappa Medal and Queen Medal level up, nice. Enticed, and Depth Soul. And they got a Phoenix Medal. I'll go over the medal as soon as we're done with this cutscene, which I will be just mashing through because I already went over it. Alright. Not another hermit. You know what? Let's just do that. So before we go inside, let's go over the Phoenix Medal. So it has affinity for flow, meaning that it is very useful for enemies for Medabots such as Poison Copy and a few others. It will aim for interrupt parts, and it also has a compatibility of +7. As for its attributes, it has high values in Berserk, mid values in Strike and Defend, low values in Aim Shot and Support, and then 0 in everything else. The first Metaforce is called Flow. It requires 50 out of 80 Metaforce, it is of the Strike attribute, and it inflicts the Flow status on all enemies, so it can be quite useful. Up next, we have Cancel Flow. It targets all allies, it requires 60 out of 80 Metaforce, it is of the Berserk attribute, and it prevents all allies from being afflicted by the Flow status. And then finally we have Anti-Protection. It targets only the user, it requires 70 out of 80 Metaforce, it is of the Defend attribute, and it protects the user from counterattacks. So yeah, I do have to say that I prefer the Spider Medal over the Phoenix, but I will be building a Metabot for the Phoenix Medal soon enough. For now, let's go over the small cave here. This looks like the place where all the stolen Metaparts were stockpiled. It's so dark, I can't see. Okay, time for my pen light. Now I can look inside very clearly. And we have 2 more broken parts here. Okay, let's sleep. Somebody's coming! I came here as soon as I heard the report. So this is a place where all the stolen Metaparts ended up? By the way, Captain, shouldn't we find out who beat the Rubber Robo gang? The only thing that the citizens care about is catching the Rubber Robos and getting their Metaparts back. We'll make the front page again. But Captain, we really didn't catch anybody that impressive. Is there a problem? Others' hard work is for my benefit. Send in the men to collect the Metaparts. Let's go, Tokuri! That's pretty strange. Woof, they're gone. I would have died if anybody has seen me like this. I guess I don't have to worry about the Metaparts anymore. Time to go home. Yes indeed, so I think that's more than enough for now. We stopped the Rubber Robos and we encountered Yanagi, and the mystery of the ghost of Mount Tudor has been solved. Next time we'll head back to Riverside and we'll just continue on with the story. See you guys!